Have you ever wondered how to own your sexuality? I'm here today with Jet Epling from jetnoirmuse.com, and I'm Kathy Vertulli from TheIntimacyDojo.com. And Jet, you are amazing I've seen you on stage, you're just, you own your sexuality when you walk out there. And it's really delightful, it's really fun to be around. I was wondering if you'd share some of that, because I know for myself I'm really shy and I always feel like I should hide it or keep it back, because people, especially as a bigger person, I'm like, oh, maybe people don't want that. And I think whenever I have fears like that, I'm pretty sure other people do too, even whatever their size. So I was wondering if you'd share, like, how do you do that?
First of all, thank you for having me here. And I guess the best way that I can sum it up is I'm grateful for being bullied as a kid.
Oh, wow.
Because in the way that I was bullied, it came from people that I thought were friends.
Yeah. That
when, we reached those awkward tween and teen ages where they all of a sudden wanted to show off for some other friend, they sort of chose me as the punching bag, whether it be with their words or hitting or whatever. And it was always so confusing. I didn't fight back for a really long time because I was confused. I'm like, we were friends yesterday. Why are you now doing this because that guy's here?
Yeah.
And it created this situation where I realized pretty quickly that I had a choice to make. I can either live the rest of my life like that as a victim, or I could say, fuck this, and push back. And the way that I pushed back, I remember the day that it happened. We were outside playing basketball in my backyard. And there was this guy talking shit. He wasn't actually doing anything. I didn't really think he was going to do anything, but he kept on saying, shut up, I'll kick your ass. And I snapped. I threw the ball down and I said, fuck you, kick my ass. And he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I never looked back. I've never allowed anyone to talk to me that way or to treat me that way ever since. And I don't even remember, while I remember the day very clearly, as far as age, I say I was probably, 13. And over the years, whenever I encourage people to, go out, step up, be stronger, make their voice heard, people have said to me on more than one occasion, oh, well, Jet, not everyone is strong like you. And I always push back against that, and I say, no, that's my choice. It's like, you can either choose to say, push back and say, no, this won't happen, I won't be disrespected this way, or you can keep on being the victim.
Yeah.
And so in making that choice, it is manifested in many different areas of my life. And when it comes to me being on stage, then when I walk out on stage, I don't really think about will they like what I'm going to show them. I think more in terms of, I hope they remember it. Whether they like it or not, or whether they label it good or bad, all of those are so, so subjective that I just hope they remember it.
Wow.
And sometimes they remember it in a way like, holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. Sometimes they remember it in such a way where they feel pleasurable things, and sometimes they feel really uncomfortable. And either way, they remember it.
Wow, that's really profound. I love that. Because I always, for myself, and I coach a lot of shy people too, it's like, I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to be sexual in a space where they don't like, I don't want to own my sexuality in a way that would make them uncomfortable. And you're like, I don't care if I make them uncomfortable.
Yeah. The reason I said fuck them really just like a reflex is that was something that I remember having a conversation with my mother about when I was young. And she said, if people are not in your corner, and these weren't her exact words, but this is sort of the lesson I took from it. If people are not in your corner, then fuck them.
Yeah.
And she was talking specifically about friendships. But I kind of feel the same way when it comes to performing. Now, I don't want to sound like I have contempt for an audience, because I don't. I do love the audience, and I do try my best to, talk with them, introduce myself and all of that after the show.
Oh, it's very clear. You're very generous. I've been to your show. I've seen you dance.
Thank you. But at the same time, while I do, love the fact that people came out to a show, I realized a long time ago I can't control how they feel about what I present to them.
Right.
And even if I tried, it would be maddening.
Yeah.
So I've created this thing at home, and it felt good when I did it in my living room for my cats.
Yeah.
But then when I take it to the stage,
Yeah.
I hope they love it as well. Then, that's all I can do is hope, right?
Wow. Your cats are your muses.
Yeah.
I really loved what you shared about people putting you down. And it makes me think of, I was a lifeguard when I was younger, and they always taught us that if someone's drowning, they'll pull you down to try to get up.
Right.
Whereas someone who's comfortably swimming, if they feel pretty good about themselves, they don't need to push anyone else down to feel like they're going to be okay. So
yeah.
I guess that was like a really aha moment. Like, oh, some of those people that are just like, what are you doing? They're just drowning.
Right.
And I can have compassion, but I can stay away from them too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to having compassion for people, I found that it's important to make sure that I'm not an empathetic sponge. So when people are, just sort of laying all of this negativity out, just sort of splaying it out, like spraying really, like a hose, I can duck and dodge it and stay in my safe space and not be a sponge, or I can still help them and express compassion, but just do it in just sort of short bursts so that I'm not sitting there soaking in their sadness.
That's brilliant. Could we come back with... I have a few more questions I'd love to ask about this. Can we come back in the next video?
Yeah, totally.
Congratulations on taking this time for yourself and learning these things. If you'd like to follow more of this, you can subscribe to my channel here. Social media is up here. And there's more videos of this type here. See you soon.